All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could join me here tonight. If you're here live, it is Saturday, August 27, 22. But did I say 2022? Did I say that right? August 27, 2022. I believe I said it right. But if you're here on the replay, you're going to want to stick around regardless of whenever you come across this video, because it's going to have tremendous replay value. Because tonight I'm going to be discussing one of the most perceived topics in the dating arena. You're not going to want to miss this. I came across this very well written Reddit posting, and I'm going to be dissecting it here in just a second. But before we get to that, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. And it looks like it just did. Thank you, YouTube. And let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. And it absolutely is. All right, let's get right to it. This is going to be a brief stream here. The topic of tonight's show is, do nice guys actually finish last? One more time. Do nice guys actually finish last? Okay. Let me first of all put my spin on this before we get to the Reddit posting, because I've had a lot of experience regarding this topic. I actually used to be a really overly nice guy. And, while, that may initially attract a woman in some cases, it's not going to keep her around. Because there's a big difference between being a nice guy and being a doormat. Let me repeat that one more time. There is a big difference between being a nice guy and a doormat. Now, let me just make sure also that my audio is going through smoothly. Nice guys actually finish last. One more time. Okay. Just wanted to check because I've done some updates lately, and sometimes the sound can be a little crackly if you don't make sure everything's set up right. We're all good. So again, there is a big difference between being a nice guy and being a doormat. There's nothing wrong with being a nice guy. Now, in some past videos and streams, I've referred to myself more as a good guy than a nice guy because, the nice guy stigma has always said that, hey, nice guys finish last. And I have to come out here and say, no, nice guys actually technically do not finish last, as long as you are not a doormat. RJ Sandifer's in the house. Hey, RJ, how you doing, bro? Are you working your way back into my neck of the woods? This is my blind and autistic YouTuber friend, RJ. I'm going to just verify that is you, actually, RJ. Have you been, buddy? I know you've been kind of following me around lately. That is actually you, 1.59K subscribers. Good for you, bro. How have things been going for you in your neck of the woods? Been going well for me. Very well. So, yeah, like I said, nothing wrong with being a nice guy, okay? You don't want to be a jerk, but you also don't want to be a doormat. You don't want to be a sissy. I've always said, a good hybrid is a guy that's right in the middle between being, a sissy and between being an arrogant, pompous ass. And that's called being a well-balanced man. Again, let me make this very clear. You don't want to be a big sissy. You don't want to overly pedestalize women. You don't want to, overly value them more than you value yourself, because women are looking at you to see how confident you are, but to also see how cool, calm, and collected you are as well. So you don't want to be a big sissy, but you also don't want to be an arrogant, pompous ass. The best way to be, in my opinion, is right in the middle, and that's like a cocky, playful, funny guy. And being cocky is not being arrogant, it's not being a sissy, and it's not a bad thing. You want to be cocky, playful, and fun. You also want to challenge your lady a little bit, right? If you disagree with your lady, disagree with her and do it respectfully, right? And she may challenge you, but say, babe, this is how I feel. babe, you're not going to change my, opinion on this. Hey, let's agree to disagree and move on and have a great day, right? Okay. And your woman will actually respect you a lot more for being honest than lying to her just to agree with her, thinking that that's a way it's going to, keep her around. No, that's not going to work. RJ Sandifer says, I've been doing well. Well, that's great to hear, RJ. Thank you for being here once again, brother. RJ, I would love to work with you. I've always wanted to work with you, but every single time we try to work on something, you always allow the other side to, infiltrate what we do. So if you can ever turn that around, sorry, if you're ready to turn that around, which is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, man, I'm all over the place tonight. Let's talk, bro. I'd love to get to know you. I already know you. I'd love to work with you again if possible. Nightbot just timed you out. I don't know why. You said you don't want to kiss a woman's ass. No, that's true. That's true. You don't want to do that. All right. So let's go ahead and switch on over to the browser screen. And let's get to this one Reddit posting I'm going to be going over here tonight. All right. So this is from the subreddit Seduction. And the title that the original poster wrote goes like this. It is not that, well, let me go to the actual page here. It is not that nice guys finish last. It is men who only act nice as a result of them being too weak to stand up for themselves or their beliefs that they will lack success. I could not have said any better myself. Let me repeat this title one more time. It is not that nice guys finish last. It is men who only act nice as a result of them being too weak to stand up for themselves or their beliefs that will lack success. Women look up to a man for their strength, physically, mentally, emotionally. You've got to be emotionally strong. Okay. You have to be well-centered, well-balanced. Okay. You cannot let anyone trigger you easily or derail you. Of course, men are still going to have their moments and we're going to make some mistakes and that is okay. But for the most part, you've got to be emotionally strong and centered. Okay. You've got to be, mentally strong, physically strong as well. Okay. Have your act together. Focus on your purpose. My purpose is being a life coach. Whatever your purpose is, focus on that. That's what's attractive to women. Okay. And so, pretending to be nice or acting overly nice, thinking that's the way to a woman's heart, it's not going to work. She's going to test your masculine core and you're going to fail. You're going to come off unnatural and it's just not going to create that large rush or spark of sexual attraction that's absolutely necessary for a connection, for a romantic connection to happen between a man and a woman. All right. So let's go ahead and read what the original poster wrote here. I'll be checking out the chat periodically. Who's in the chat there? We have Pablo's in the house. Hey, Pablo, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. We also have Tam Ms. T. She says, hi, Eli. My lady will not be joining me on this show. She's kicking back on the couch, moderating. So I'm going to be doing this one solo. This one probably better for me to do solo here. So let's continue. There is nothing wrong with being a kind, generous, or caring person. I agree. A woman doesn't want to be with an asshole. A woman doesn't want to be with an arrogant, pompous ass. A woman doesn't want to be with a guy that's controlling or demeaning or anything like that. That does not embody masculine energy. So being a kind, generous, and caring man that's in touch with his emotions, that's emotionally strong, emotionally stable, and especially emotionally aware, which most guys lack nowadays, and I can help you guys with that. That's what's attractive to women. And that makes you a real good man. But deciding to be a nice person should be a choice that you make and not an automatic defense mechanism. Yeah, like a lot of these guys, they feel like they have to be overly nice to women and put them on a pedestal and suck up to them. So that way they think the woman's going to trust them to be around them and, date them and be intimate with them. That does not turn on women. that repels them because it shows weakness. It shows that you're not being yourself. And women are so intuitive, they can pick up on that very, very quickly. Some people act nice just because they are too weak to withstand even the slightest amount of conflict or confrontation. Well, yeah, whenever you meet a woman, she's going to ask you questions. She wants to get to know you. She wants to see how honest, real, and genuine you are. And the more you can open up to her without hesitation, the better the trust is going to be between you and her, the better the trust that's going to be built. And the greater the chance that you're going to connect and it'll lead to something long term. That's the bottom line. Let's see. They are too scared to stand up for their beliefs. Yeah, some guys feel that if they challenge a woman, that she's going to dump him. That's quite the opposite. If you challenge your woman in a reasonable way, she might, kind of go back and forth with you a little bit, but as long as you stand your ground, she'll eventually say, wow, this guy has a spine. He's real. He's not trying to suck up to me to get into my pants, right? And that's going to turn them on more. Trust me. They only feel safe when they feel that everyone else likes them. That's called being insecure, which is one of the biggest aspects that repel a woman, or that repels a woman. Don't become a pushover, or you will be taken advantage of. Yeah, don't be a doormat. There's a difference between being a nice guy and being a doormat. Okay? If you allow yourself to be walked all over like a doormat by a woman, then she's not going to have any respect for you, and boom, you're gone. She'll be off to the next guy that actually respects himself and loves himself, right? People at work will take full credit for your contributions, and girls will use you for free dinners and favors. My best advice has always been, do not spend any money on a woman until you've been intimate with her, because, until she's intimate with you, she's not fully invested in you, right? If a woman asks you to take her to dinner on a first date or anything like that, don't do it. I always say, hey, meet for a walk at the park, go for a hike or something, right? Or, a lot of times what I've done is I've met women at a mall or supermarket parking lot in the early evening where there are a lot of people, and maybe we walk around or just sit in my car. Now, you're not going to do that with just anyone. Of course, you got to have a phone conversation and build up to it, especially if you're meeting someone, from the internet, okay? But you want to put yourself in a position where there's some opportunity where some romance can happen. I'm not saying you're going to sleep with her on the first night, but at least make out or see, how attracted she is to you and how attracted you are to her. And typically by the second or third date, there should be intimacy. If intimacy has not happened by the third date at the latest, then the woman is just not into you. Trust me, women want the emotional, mental, and physical bond, an intimate bond. And if they feel it for you, they're going to want it more than you do. And if they haven't been intimate with you by the third date, they're just simply not attracted to you in that way. That's that. So yeah, don't ever go to dinners, or anywhere that costs money until you've had intimacy, because that's when guys, that they're truly into you. Women will probably challenge me on that, but that's because there are women out there that want to play the game and just use you for free stuff and then can you, or use a bunch of guys for free stuff. You want to avoid those types of women. They play games. You want to focus on women that have integrity. When performing favors for others, ask yourself the question, am I doing this just to try to make others like me, or do I really want nothing back in return? I always give to give, not give to get, and I never expect anything from anyone. That's how you folks should live your lives, whether you're a man or a woman. But especially if you're a man, okay, what's attractive to a woman is just plain and simply being yourself, right? That's that. That's that. RJ Sandiford says, that's so true. My mother would tell me to pay for my own food and let the woman pay for her food. Well, RJ, on a first date, I wouldn't even go somewhere that costs money or go to dinner or anything like that. I would meet a woman for, a walk at the park or a hike. And preferably or preferably later in the afternoon. So by the time you're done with the walk or the hike, the sun's about to go down. And if everything's okay, at that point, you can say, hey, look, I'm having a good time. At that point, you can decide maybe you go for a cup of coffee or something like that. If you've gone on a walk and there's been signs that she likes you, you want to try to get that first kiss to happen. But you got to play it by ear. You really don't want to spend any money until she's invested in you, for who you are, not for your money or not for the free meal or anything like that. And if you have to invest a cup of coffee, that's not that much. But the bottom line is, if you're sitting in a Starbucks or a Pete's or any other coffee shop, even in the evening, that's not the most romantic place. And there's going to be no kissing or making out happening there. You got to put yourself in a position where there's an opportunity for something romantic to spark up, even on a first meeting. All right, let us continue. Okay, I think I read that part. When performing favors for others, ask yourself the question, am I doing this just to try to make others like me, or do I really want nothing back in return? And like I said, never expect anything. Give to give, not give to get. The actions of a so-called nice guy, in quotes, are often extremely dishonest. Could not have said it better myself. And women can pick up on that in an instant. By pretending that you are not interested in a woman and that you are only being nice, you are effectively lying to the woman, and women's intuition will pick it up just like that. You're being insincere, right? If you like the woman, you don't have to come out right away and say that, you like her. You can just say, hey, I'm having a great time. It's nice to get to know you. You're different than, and be true or be genuine if this is how you feel. You're different than other women I've encountered. And she might say, why? Well, you seem really laid back and sweet and easy to talk with. And, it's like, yeah, you're cute and all that. And that's important too. But honestly, I feel like you're somebody like I can hang out with and enjoy your company. Right. And that's all. That's all. It's pretty smooth, but it's being honest. And that's how I am. Yeah, I want the intimacy and all that too. But you also want someone you can stand being around and enjoy talking with and hanging out with and doing things with, right? Let's see. There is incongruence between your thoughts, words, and actions. Yeah, and women will pick up on that. When their intuition picks up on that, you're done. She's going to lose trust and faith in your masculine core and go on to the next. This incongruence shows the woman that although you like her, you lack self-confidence, crave her validation, and want an intact ego more than you want her. Yeah, lacking self-confidence, big no-no. Big no-no. It's a major insecurity that women can smell a mile away. It'll immediately put you in friend zone or nothing at all, even no friends. Like a man that has no confidence, probably wouldn't even get friend zone. Crave her validation. Never, ever, ever crave a woman's validation. Masculine energy does not go out and seek validation. That's feminine energy. Okay? Let the woman share her thoughts. Give her time to get to know you, sit around wherever you're at and have a conversation and see what she says. Not only, listen to what she says, but look at her actions, right? But never, ever, ever seek her validation. Never ask her, well, so what do you think about me and this and that? Never ask a woman on a first date, or even ever for that sake, but especially on a first date. So how do you feel things are going so far? What do you think, right? That's seeking validation. It's going to turn them off. If they're into you, they will show you, okay? And want an intact ego more than you want her. Yeah, I mean, you can't go into this, with an ego. You got to go into it being just cool, calm, collected, and just, just hanging out, having fun, and seeing where it goes, right? That's it. In the long run, being a kind person will get you farther than being a jerk, as long as this kindness comes from a place of strength and abundance rather than weakness. Yeah, basically, be a good guy, be a nice guy, be kind and caring and sincere. Just don't be a doormat, right? Don't tell her what you think she wants to hear. Tell her how you feel about things. If she asks you questions, be honest. Don't tell her what you think she wants to hear. Tell her the truth. That's the bottom line. That's it. Okay? A nice guy, nothing wrong with a nice guy as long as you're sincere and you're not a walking doormat where you're going to let the woman walk all over you. It's the bottom line. And if she says something you disagree with, tell her, hey, I disagree with what you're saying. Oh, and she'll say, well, why? Well, this is how I feel about this. I mean, I respect your opinion, but this is how I feel about it, and that's that. Okay. It might throw her off for a second, but throwing off a woman in that way, it's showing your honesty and your strength. And even if she doesn't like your answer, she will more so love the fact that you're being real. That's the bottom line. And you have the balls to, share the truth with her, even though it may not be something that she likes. Because women know there are guys out there that try to do everything perfect and try to tell a woman exactly what she wants to hear every time to, land the girl and keep the girl. It doesn't work that way, guys. It does not work that way. All right. Let's read some comments here for a little bit. There were a total of 61 comments here. We're going to probably go through about 10 of them before we go off the air. And I will be checking the chat every so often. Oh, man. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. Let me see here. Thank you, baby, for taking care of that. RJ Sandiford says, I just shared this stream on my community tab. Just a second here. All right, not to forget guys who are overly nice to get laid, then act out when they get rejected. I am a nice guy line they say before they unleash their inner desperate beta. Right. So it's not about being an overly nice guy to try to get laid. It's about just being yourself and seeing if you bond and connect with the woman. Just kick back and have fun. Talk with the lady like she's a guy friend, right? Just when you're on a date with a woman, a first date with a woman, don't treat her any differently than you would treat your guy friend. Now, obviously, you're not going to say some of the things that you say to the guys, but just have a real conversation with her. Be yourself. Don't feel like you have to say something to try to convince her that you're the right guy for her so she can sleep with you. It's not going to work. It doesn't work. I think the concept of nice guys having negative meaning comes from the large numbers of weak assholes. They're beta mons. The largest amount of beta mons have started coming from the millennial generation with men that are age 25 to 40. Yep. The millennials started the beta male, the hugest beta male trend in the history of mankind. So, again, I think the concept of nice guys having negative meaning comes from the large numbers of weak assholes who pretend to be nice so they can get into the woman's pants. As soon, my lady's in the room here. Hey, babe. As soon as they get what they want, they show their true face. This is a cross-cultural thing, I believe. Well, if you're lucky enough to get laid one time, fooling a woman, being overly nice, and that's not who you really are, eventually your true colors are going to come out and she's going to be gone. Okay, baby. I can hear the TV in there. It's really, really loud and it's coming through. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my woman has a TV on in the background in there too, and it's like it comes through, it's distracting, and I don't want to get a copyright claim. It's okay. Let's continue here. If you are genuinely a nice guy, I think most of nice women will like you. But if you use the niceness just to have sex and nothing else, they will immediately see that and dismiss you, of course, because you're BSing them, you're lying to them, you're not being real. You're lying to just try to get a piece of what, and that's just not cool. Okay? And even if you're looking to just hook up with a woman, there are plenty of women out there that'll hook up with you just for being honest about that. Let's see here. Being nice is attractive and it works. That's why most of weak guys pretend to be nice, because it works sometimes. So yeah, you see guys like myself that are confident, we have self-confidence, we love who we are, we focus on our purpose, we're purpose-driven, I'm technically a nice guy. I'm a good, nice guy. I am very nice to my woman. But I also don't suck up to her. And I don't pretend to be something I'm not just to get a piece of what. I don't know. Is that TV on loud, baby? I don't know. I'm live on the air. No? Let me see. Oh, I can hear it. It's loud. Oh, that's you. That's me? Well, you got to turn me down a little bit. She's listening to me. She's got her phone like fully cranked. She has sinus issues, and occasionally her ears will get clogged, like the middle ear. And so she has to raise the volume to be able to, hear normally. But she's going to be going to see her new primary care physician soon, and that'll be taken care of. When she opened the door to pass on by, I heard the TV or whatever was happening in the other room. But anyway, let me check out the chat here real quick. All right, we're good. When they talk negatively about nice guys, they mean fake nice guys, not the real one. I agree. Nothing wrong with being a nice guy. Women want to be around a nice guy, but they want to be around a nice guy that has a spine, that is going to stand up for himself. When their woman says or does something that's out of line, and women know when they're out of line. A lot of times they're testing you to see, are you going to call them out or let them get away with it? And if you let them get away with it, they will lose respect for you, right? Right? Women test you to see how strong you are. That's part of their natural biological essence, because they want to be with the best man possible. One that's mentally, emotionally, and physically strong, right? All right, let's continue here. I really like this post, as I am a nice guy, and sometimes I choose not to do the nice thing because I feel sometimes it is going to make me look weak. Well, that's a self-confidence issue, sir, and that is an insecurity. Because if you were secure within yourself, you would just be yourself and put yourself out there, and whatever happens, happens. And if by being yourself, the woman is not interested in you, then that's her loss, not yours. There are plenty of other women that will give you the time of day, sir. I really have to calibrate and see, when you use a word like calibrate, that's kind of nerdy, dude. Like, you gotta remove the nerd lingo and be cool and laid back, man. I really have to calibrate and see whether the action may perceive to be only doing it for sex, or that you're actually a caring person. Well, dude, women can pick up when you're trying too hard, right? If you're a try-hard, if you lack experience and you lack self-confidence and you're not just being yourself, women are going to pick up that you are just trying too hard to impress them, and that's going to turn them off. in reality, it's the woman's job to try to impress you, not your job to try to impress her. You're the man. You're the prize. And I'm not saying that women are worth any less, but you are the man. Embody masculine energy, and that's going to attract the woman. All right. Let's see here. RJ Sandifer says, Eli, can you and I talk tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern? I'm going to bed, man. And we sure can, RJ. I'm also going to be talking to Angel Munoz tomorrow. Yeah, RJ. I think I'll look to see if we're connected on Facebook. I don't think I have you blocked. If I do, I'll unblock you. I'll unblock you, and then I'll send you a message tonight. RJ, you can respond to it tomorrow. We will definitely connect and talk more tomorrow. But RJ, seriously, bro, my lady and I, we don't want to go back and forth. If people are going to try to get to you to get to me, if we try to work together again, I really don't want to deal about that. I really don't want to deal with that, which is what I'm trying to say. I also don't want to deal with that other woman that you used to deal with and all the people that she has. Seriously, dude, I just want to work with you. I've always had love and respect for you. So we'll talk more tomorrow, dude. It's great to see you again and glad to see you're doing well, bro. Say hi to your family for me. All right. That's the difference between nice and good. A good guy is nice because it is the right thing to do. A nice guy is good because it serves a motive. That's an interesting way to put it. I think a woman wrote that. So a good guy is nice because it is the right thing to do. Well, you should be yourself. A nice guy is good because it serves a motive. Okay. Yeah, the good guy, nice guy thing. Yeah, see, I've been saying the good guy, nice guy thing for quite some time now, and even this woman here agrees with it. So basically, a good guy is the proper version of being a nice guy, and if you're just a nice guy, you're like an overly nice guy. That's a good way to put it. I haven't thought about this before, but now that you brought this difference, it makes more sense to me. You are probably right. A good person is nice, but a nice person is not necessarily good. I wouldn't say they're not necessarily good. They're just trying too hard. They lack maturity. They're insecure. Okay? They lack self-love and self-respect. That doesn't make them a bad person necessarily. They're just not, in the right place. They're not exuding masculine energy in that situation. That's the bottom line. All right, give me a second here before I read this long one. All right. RJ Sandifer, okay. He probably went to bed. The problem that comes to mind with nice guys is that they hold a symbolic contract. Whether intentional or unintentional, when they do something kind, they hold in their mind that they deserve that type of action back. The basic concept of an exchange. This sounds too nerdy of an explanation here, but let's continue. The problem, though, is that most people in this case, girls, are not aware or even agree to this contract. If a guy gives unconditional care and love, the girl will likely not act that way back just because you have the expectation that is what you're owed. You see, this is where you guys have it all wrong. Why would you date a woman that wouldn't reciprocate you doing something like that? Okay? So here's the thing. My lady and I have been together for close to almost a year now, right? And I would do anything for her, and she would do anything for me. But it wasn't like that from the very beginning. We were getting to know each other. You got to get to know each other and see how truly compatible you are. And if you make it past the 3-month honeymoon period, then more than likely, you two really love each other. And you two, respect each other, you trust each other, and you would reciprocate to each other in the same way. For people that are saying, like what this person's saying, if a guy gives unconditional care and love, the girl will likely not act that weight back just because you have the expectation that is what you're owed. Well, then you're with the wrong woman. And maybe, you're trying to push things forward too fast in the beginning. Okay. The first 2 to 3 months of, dating someone is the honeymoon period. And until the woman, comes to you and says that, she wants something exclusive and then you agree to it, this won't even matter here, right? All you have to do is hang out, have fun, and hook up. That's it, right? And let the woman bring the relationship into play if it gets to that point. Okay? Once you're in a relationship, you're going to only agree to be in a relationship with a woman that would reciprocate you doing something like that. Why would you want to be with a woman that wouldn't give you unconditional care and love? Right. If you're giving it to her. Come on. You guys are just very young and inexperienced. I've been there. All right. That's why nice guys get angry, resentful, and toxic. No, because they haven't learned yet. You guys are young. I was young once. You get angry, resentful, and toxic because you realize you screwed up. You're still insecure. You're immature. You haven't grown up yet. You haven't learned to be a real man. Once you learn that, if you follow my channel or other coaches that teach this type of material, trust me, you're going to handle things differently. You're going to get better results. Then you're going to be happy and not angry, resentful, or toxic. Because the girl has not given back on a contract. There's no what contract? You guys are making this sound like a business deal. Guys, go on dates with women and see where it goes and just be yourself. Because the girl has not given back on a contract. They have no clue about when she moves on or shows no further interest. You guys should know when a woman is interested or not. If a woman is interested, she'll be interested either right away or never. And if a woman is interested, the moment she sees you, she will look at you like a deer in headlights. She will be smiling. She will walk alongside you. She'll try to put her arm around you. She'll try to rub your shoulders. If she's staying distant, that means she's not feeling the attraction. You guys have to learn to read the signs. If you don't say straight up, say what you want or expect from the girl in terms of respect and relationships socially well, I might add, how the fuck are they supposed to decide if they're expected to do the same? You got to be yourself. Just be the man you were meant to be. Be cool, calm, collected. Be strong. Be secure within yourself. Focus on your purpose, and what defines you, which is typically your job, right? If you focus on yourself and who you are, okay, and you're laid back and relaxed, that's what women are attracted to. That's how nice guys are considered dishonest. They hold symbolic contracts and they expect others to adhere to without having to say anything and face the possibility of rejection. What turns on women the most is when you take a chance, when you're a guy that takes a chance that could come with rejection, right? Every woman knows guys fear rejection, right? Or most guys fear rejection. The 1 or 2 guys they encounter that just go for it, whether she rejects you or not, that's what typically turns them on. That's why, when you're on a first date with a woman and you're having a conversation and all of a sudden you're just looking at her and you just go to her face and you just try to kiss her and then she just starts kissing you too, then you know you're in. But if you get the woman that pulls back, then you know she's not feeling it. It's almost like you should probably try to kiss a woman by the end of the first date because that's going to tell you if she's into you or not, right? And I'm not saying force yourself upon her. Just, you're having a conversation, lean in, see if she leans in more, and then just look at her, lock eyes with her and say, I'm having a great time. I can't help this. It's like you're a really beautiful woman and you have a beautiful heart and soul. And I just got to take the chance here. You go in for the kiss. And she'll either kiss you and kiss you more passionately and it's all good, or she'll say, I'm just not ready for that yet. If she says, I'm not just ready for that yet, that means she doesn't feel it with you. She'll never be ready for it with you. Women know right away it's either all in or all out. That's what you guys don't get. That's what you guys don't get. Let's see here. They are being selfless for selfish reasons. Even worse, they're being deceptive and manipulative about it. This is a woman writing this. Yeah, because they're insecure. They're insecure. They lack self-love. They lack self-respect. And that's lacking masculinity, and that's what turns you ladies off. This woman's right. No one guy or girl appreciates being delivered or lied to. Alleged jerks are more upfront about what they want and who they are. Really, they're called jerks out of jealousy from nice guys. Yeah, that's why, a lot of the nice guys wonder, why do all these assholes and jerks get the girls? Well, they temporarily get them, unless they turn their jerk and asshole side around, but they temporarily at least get them because they have confidence to go for it and they're being themselves, right? Just because a guy is a jerk, doesn't mean he's lying. He's basically showing who he is. He's just being a jerk and he's being honest about it. And initially that's attractive to women because women are used to dealing with, beta males that, fear even going up to them and asking them out on a date. Bottom line. Let's read a couple more here before we go off the air. We are at 41 minutes. Women respect men who are authentic and are unapologetic about being attracted to them. Yeah, nothing wrong with apologizing for something that you did wrong, even with your woman. But if you apologize about stupid shit just to kind of try to show her that, you're sensitive and all that shit, if you apologize for no reason, that's a sign of weakness. Their motives are obvious between both parties. Nice guys, on the other hand, hide behind a friendly facade in hopes of getting laid. That's the bottom line. It's the bottom line. You nice guys that fear rejection, you still want to get laid. So you try to take the nice approach and be overly nice, thinking that you're going to beat out the other jerky guys or the guys that have more balls. No, women love men that have balls. They love men that take risks. That doesn't mean you're an asshole or a jerk for taking risks. It doesn't mean you're an asshole or a jerk for taking risks. What it means is that, you're a good dude going after what you want. You're showing interest and you're being sincere and you're being confident, right? You're embodying masculine energy. And that's attractive, very attractive to women. All right, get your questions. Well, I'll read two more. Get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We'll be going off the air in about 7 to 10 minutes, maybe a little less. I don't think the nice guy is such a prevalent thing, and I don't think they're as manipulative as the internet meme makes it to be. There's no such thing as an internet meme. That's stupid. Okay? The nice guy thing is a very prevalent thing. That's why there are so many beta males in this world. And that's why there are so many women exploiting the beta males in different ways. A lot of women will pretend to like the beta males to suck out their pocketbook or suck up their pocketbook. The guy thinks he's going to get something and never gets anything. He just has an empty pocketbook, right? And charged up credit cards, right? And I don't think, okay, I already read that. Why attribute to malice what could be explained by stupidity or ignorance? It's not stupidity or ignorance. It's typically a lack of self-confidence and insecurities. That's it. It's a lack of self-confidence and insecurities. And we've all been there. I used to be there in my younger days. I used to be, pretty insecure. I'm not going to say I was completely insecure, but, I was a lot more insecure than I ever would be today. I'm fully secure within myself at age 48, but I wasn't always like that. So I get where these guys are coming from. I understand what they're saying, what they're feeling. I back at their age, I would have probably been wondering the same thing, right? I think that most of the time, nice guys don't know how relationships develop. Well, they don't know how to talk with women. They don't know how to approach women. They're shy, they're afraid, they're scared, and masculine energy does not embody that. That's feminine energy. These guys are more so embodying feminine energy. That's repelling women. Men are supposed to be fearless and take a chance to go after what they want. That's what women are looking for. They see women get asked out and assume men and women are equal in pursuit, and that romance just sort of happens organically from being friends. It can happen from being friends, sometimes. I mean, nothing wrong with a man and woman being friends as long as they both truly are okay with being friends. But a lot of times, these same men here that are insecure and lack self-confidence will actually, try to pretend to be a woman's friend, or they'll accept friendship because they think that one day the woman will give them a chance once the woman gets to know them and starts to feel comfortable. That's not the way it works. You still have to, even if you're friends with a woman, if you want to turn it into something romantic, you got to have some balls and say, Jill, Phyllis, whatever her name is, right? Whatever it would be, right? Okay. We've been friends for a long time, and I got to say this. I've really enjoyed spending time with you. And I know this may be a risky thing, and it may be something that may be a little odd for the both of us, but I just love being around you. And I just think you're super sexy. And I've just been thinking about the day I get to kiss those lips, right? If you have the balls to come out and say that, even to a woman you're friends with, as long as you're both single, right? And if she feels anything for you, then, she will give you that look, and then you need to go on for the kiss. That's it. That's the bottom line. Typically, it doesn't happen that way, but that's a possibility, right? But typically, these guys are meeting women on dating apps, or they're running into them at school or somewhere out and about, and they don't know how to talk to women. They don't know how to catch a woman's attention and keep a woman's attention. And even if they get the number and get the date, they don't know what to do on a first date. That's the problem. Women tend to decide very quickly whether they'd sleep with a man or not, aka the friend zone. Amen! Let me give that a big round of applause! And I'll say that one more time. Women tend to decide very quickly whether they'd sleep with a man or not, aka the friend zone. I've always said this, I'll say it again, guys. When a woman lays eyes on you, she's going to know within 3 seconds or less if she's ever going to sleep with you or not. The decision has been made within 3 seconds after laying eyes on you. So basically, that's why I say, don't take her to dinner. Don't go to coffee or anything. Maybe go on a walk, or maybe just meet briefly at a shopping mall, whether it's, walking around the mall or hanging out in your car for a few minutes or whatever. Now, if you two are getting along and you're both into each other, you start making out and you're talking and it's going great, you can hang around as long as you want, or you can go somewhere else and do whatever. But again, this is perfectly stated. The guys think that, you can warm up a woman's attraction. And while I can't say that's impossible, it's highly unlikely that a woman that's not into you within the first 3 minutes will ever be into you. It's not impossible, but highly unlikely. Women know. Women know. And this is the thing that guys just don't get. And a lot of women, they will exploit this. Even if they don't have feelings for you, they'll try to keep you around as a fill-in, boyfriend that they can go on dates with and get free meals with, and you'll never get the pussy. Never. You'll never get the punani, right? Again, until you get the punani, I wouldn't invest anything. This was perfectly stated. Combine that with the fact that nobody likes rejection and the nice guy ends up not stoking any intimate feelings in the girl and watches guys who don't give a fuck and assholes are very likely to not give a fuck swoopity swoop in because they have confidence and they have balls and they embody masculinity. When those guys swoop in, it's because they're doing the right thing, at least initially. But the right guy overall will not only do the right thing initially, he will continue doing the right thing, just like I am in my relationship with my lady. We've been together for almost a year. Almost a year. Edit, sorry, when I say the nice guy is such a prevalent thing, I mean the nice guy, and then he puts TM, trademark. It's not trademarked. That's become a popular meme in the past decade. Yeah, by you millennials. I'm not going to say anything further. I'm not into memes. I think they're stupid. I think they're the dumbest thing ever created. They're a waste of time. All right. Final comment I'm going to read here. Get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in just a few minutes. Give me a second here. Women already know the nice guy. Women already knows the nice guy likes her, but strings him along in the friend zone and uses him for attention and etc. While the other guy who don't care will be fucking her and enjoying his time. It's not about the other guy not caring. It's about the other guy just being cool and laid back and just, being himself and enjoying her company and just, taking things at a normal pace, having the attitude of not expecting anything, okay? You got to go into these dates with women, not expecting anything, right? Because when you expect nothing, that's when things happen, and women can read that, okay? You got to go into it with the attitude of, hey, whatever happens, happens. Hey, if we make out tonight, we see each other on a second date, and then we're intimate, great. If it goes somewhere, no problem. Cool. If it goes somewhere, that's cool. If it doesn't go somewhere, no problem, right? Because I've got 2, 3, 4 other options, right? And a lot of these guys, they focus all their time on one woman. And they don't realize that, hey, you got to leave your options open. Women do this all the time. Women have so many backup plans. It's unbelievable. A lot of it has to do with the thirsty beta males, but they have a lot of backup plans, right? So if it doesn't work out with you, they got another date lined up for tomorrow and the next day and the next day after that, right? You got to put yourself in the same position. And I always tell guys, okay, if you're on a dating app and you're talking with 3 or 4 women and they all like you, right? Obviously, you're going to focus more on the one you like the most, right? But you got 3 backups, right? When you go on the date with the first woman that you like the most, if you have 3 other backups, you're going to go into it really cool and calm because if it doesn't work out with her, you've got 3 other women waiting for you. But if she's the only option you have, that might make you come off more thirsty. That might make you run from a mode of scarcity. And if you run from a mode of scarcity, then women are going to pick that up as a weakness. They're going to pick that up as an insecurity, and you're done. Let's see here. I already seen the video. Is staying that the grand scheme, all nice guys always finish last, and no person respect him until he breaks it and become assertive, becomes a asshole, learn to say no, and strong enough to stand up. I think he meant to say for themselves and not avoid confrontation. Well, this was not written that well. Maybe they're from another country. But yeah, no, I liked at least the first part that this person stated. Let me read one more because that was kind of not written in the best way. Nah, it is up to each individual to examine their relationships and see if they're fruitful or toxic and worth keeping up or not. Unless they're a fucking moron, the onus is on the simp, not the woman. Yeah, I will agree that, you know what? If a guy is a simp, which stands for sucker, idolizing, mediocre, lower region of a woman's body, punani, right? If a guy is a simp, then that's his problem, not the woman's. Women don't want to date simps. Women don't want to date weak men. Women don't want to date insecure men. They want to date nice guys that are not a walking doormat, right? That are also, secure and confident, yet real down to earth and easy to get along with. That's the bottom line. Bottom line. I've got to read one more here. I saw this and I've got to read one more. Nah, man, believe me, I used to think this way too. It took a lot for me to take a step back from myself and look in the mirror. I was desperate to feel desired, liked by other people. I was a people pleaser and it never worked out for me. I watched the jerks swoop in time and time again while I, the nice guy, was soft on the sidelines. I had no self-confidence and sought validation wherever I could get it. That's your problem. Validation-seeking behavior is feminine energy, not masculine energy. Okay? Today is a different story. No, I didn't become the asshole. I just learned to respect myself and stop trying to be a people pleaser. Right. I used to be a people pleaser. I'm not anymore. I still love and respect people that deserve my respect, but other people that don't deserve my time and respect, I quickly eliminate them and move on. I'm not nice to people because I expect something. I'm nice simply because I want to be without expecting anything. And when you expect nothing, that's when you get everything over the course of time. Okay? And if someone doesn't like me, I just quit wasting my time on them and find someone else who will. Dude, I could not have said it better myself. Big round of applause. Let's read that one more time. And if someone doesn't like me, I just quit wasting my time on them and find someone else who will. I cannot believe how many people waste their time focusing on one person that doesn't like them instead of moving on and finding tons of other people that will like them. And I used to be stuck in that rut as well. That's because I was a people pleaser. I would try to please everyone, even people I couldn't please. And I was fixated more on the people I couldn't please than people that I was going to be able to please. Quit wasting your time. Let's see. If someone is using you, quit giving them your time because that person is not going to change just because you're nice to them. Right. And furthermore, they say down below, same person, just be genuine and don't keep trying to pursue something that isn't there. You may be into that person and you might get along great platonically, but you can't force someone to be interested back. Very true. Just be yourself and see what happens. You will know after the first date. You should probably be able to figure it out after the first 3 seconds based on how the woman reacts when she sees you, but you first have to learn to read a woman's reaction, which that's something you guys are struggling with. I get it. I used to struggle with that too back in the days, in my younger days. Okay? A lot of times someone you like isn't going to feel the same way about you, and you have to be okay with that. Right. I had to learn to be okay with that too. I used to hate rejection. Right. But when I got into my early to mid 30s, in between relationships, when I was single, if a woman rejected me, I would be like, okay, cool. Hey, have a good night. Best of luck to you. Take care. It sucks. You drive home. You're like, damn, I wasted my time, but crank up your music, enjoy the ride, and try again. That's it. That's the bottom line, right? But just by being a genuine person that people enjoy being around, men and women alike, you will find people that are interested in you more than you even realize. I could not have said it better myself. Big round of applause! And that's a great high note to end this show. Hi, baby. How you doing? She's doing fantastic. She's passing through. All right, folks. Yeah, that was well said there at the end. We're going to wrap this up. We are at 59 minutes, almost an hour. Good mid-morning, Eli says, Lewis. I just gave you a like. Thank you, Lewis. We're going to wrap it up, Lewis. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you to everyone for being here. Folks, I'll be back probably tomorrow for at least one show, either a walk or maybe a show with my lady in the evening. Keep it locked here to Coach Eli, 2 authentic live streams. And also make sure you subscribe to my other channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Nightbot's been sharing the link every 7 minutes in the chat, or just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. With that being said, have yourselves a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.